Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Now let's talk about the ring chasing culture. Because apparently, if you don't win a ring, then your career was a failure. Your NBA career was a failure or is a failure if you didn't win a ring. And I don't agree with that. I disagree. There are plenty of players who had a great career. Even though they never won a ring. A la Charles Barkley, Carmelo Anthony, Dominique Wilkins. So there are plenty of players, top 75, great players who never won a ring. But with this modern NBA and this modern ring culture, if you don't ring, you get chastised, criticized. Your career was a failure. Even if you had a great career, it was a failure because you didn't win a ring or you didn't team up with other superstars to win a ring. Basically, the media want the players to ring chase. Everybody should come together, form Voltron, form these super teams so you can win rings like KD, Kevin Durant, so they could be like, oh yeah, you're an all-time great because you joined a super team, formed super teams, and won rings. Look what happened to David West. He took a pay cut. He went to the Golden State Warriors, ring chasing, trying to get a ring for his last hoorah before he retired, and he never won a ring. So all the money he gave up, the Golden State Warriors still came up short in the finals versus the Raptors. Kevin Durant got hurt, Klay Thompson got hurt, and Kawhi did them in. So the man gave up all this millions and millions of dollars, chasing rings and never got it. Now that's a sad situation for you to give up millions of dollars to ring chase and come up short, basically. So David West came up short, never got a ring. Another example, Montrezl Harrell. Left the Clippers, disgruntled, went over to play with LeBron on the Lakers, gave up millions of dollars, a lot of money, and never got a ring. If anything, him playing with LeBron and ring chasing ruined his career, basically. This man was on the verge of making up to $90 million and went to play with LeBron and lost a ton of money, millions of dollars, and his career has never been the same. So a lot of time, this ring chasing, sacrificing money for rings, it doesn't pan out. It don't pan out. You could give up millions of dollars if you want to in order to get a ring, and no one is going to blame you for that. But if you don't win and it doesn't pan out, in the end, you still get crucified, you still get chastised, criticized, and you lost millions of dollars in the process. So me personally, this is why I don't criticize when players decide to get their money. Get the bag. Why would I be upset with a player for getting the bag? I mean, isn't that what it's all about? Why do people get up every day to go to work, grind 9 to 5, put in hella hours every day to get paid, right? So if you're playing basketball and you're getting paid millions of dollars, should you sacrifice that for a ring? I'm not saying at the end of the day you don't want to win a ring or a championship. Of course you do. But if you never win at all, does that mean your career was a failure? But with the new media, that's the situation. If you don't win a ring, your career was a failure. So you have to win a ring or your career didn't matter. To me personally, the ring culture is garbage. Somebody not winning a ring doesn't mean, your NBA career was a bust or it didn't pan out well. You made it to the league. That alone in itself is amazing. So how can you say, oh man, this guy didn't win a ring. He didn't win a championship, so his career was a failure? Come on, man. Because Kevin Durant teamed up with Steph Curry or LeBron James teamed up with Dwayne Wade doesn't make them better than a player who didn't team up or never joined a super team. I don't look at it like that. If you create a super team or join a super team and you win rings, that doesn't make your career better than somebody else who didn't do that, who didn't take that same path or never had the teammates or a team to win rings. You know how hard it is to win championships? That is one of the hardest things for anybody in sports, to win a championship, to win it all, basically. But in today's NBA, if you don't win, oh, they crucify you. You underachieve, you didn't that doesn't make sense to me. Would LeBron have won all these championships if he never joined D-Wade in Miami? No. Would Kevin Durant win both these championship rings if he never joined Golden State with Steph Curry? No. Let's be honest. If Kevin Durant never went to Golden State, more than likely he would have been ringless right now. And this is factual. KD never went to Golden State, he would have been ringless right now. If LeBron never went to Miami, more than likely he have one championship, maybe two at best. I don't look at it like, oh, because LeBron and Kevin Durant have rings and a player like Carmelo doesn't have any rings, then they're better than him. I mean, yes, that's how the average person is going to look at it. I don't see it that way because you got to look at circumstances, situations. Did Melo have super teams to win rings? No. KD couldn't beat Golden State, so he joined them. Does that make his career better than Melo's? Even if you want to say Kevin Durant is a better player, does it make his career better because he went to join a super team so he could get his rings? No, at least to me personally, no. I don't look at it that way. I mean, joining a super team or creating a super team to get rings, it doesn't hold the same weight as getting it through the grind. Giannis' ring to me is worth more than Kevin Durant and LeBron James and Steph Curry. Giannis' ring is worth more than both Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and LeBron James. Giannis' ring holds more weight to me. He went through the grind. He got it through the mud. He didn't have a super team. He had a good team around him with maybe an all-star, you could say. Nothing special, and he got it done. He got it done. So Giannis' ring to me holds much more weight than LeBron's, Kevin Durant, or Steph Curry. It does. But then again, Steph Curry did win on his own. So I'm not saying all Steph Curry's rings because he has two on his own, but the two rings Steph Curry got with Kevin Durant, it doesn't hold the same weight as Giannis getting it done by himself. Kevin Durant rings, same situation. LeBron rings in Miami, same situation. I value Giannis rings more than all these other players, and that's my opinion on that. He got it done on his own. He didn't join super teams. He didn't run over here to team up with other players. He stayed down, went through the mud, through the grind, and he got it done. You got to respect that. Another issue we have in the GOAT debate, they're always talking about Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and disrespecting Kobe. Kobe's never in that discussion. How come no one talked about the fact that Kobe got 2 rings without a top 75 player on his team? Him, Paul Gasol, who was an all-star, wasn't a top 75 player, and he got 2 rings. LeBron got most of his rings with top 75 players on his team. Multiple times, 3 times to be exact, 3 different teams. Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis. Kobe Bryant did it with him, Gasol, who was an all-star, a very good player, not a top 75. But every time they have this GOAT debate, who's the GOAT? Kobe's never in the discussion. They always leave him out. Kobe's always left out the GOAT debate. If you know basketball, you know he belongs in that debate. I just had to throw that in there to say, Kobe got his rings. I'm talking about the ones without Shaq. He had to go through the grind. In the West, the hard West, he had to go through the grind, and he got it done without a super team. Look at a player like Carmelo Anthony. Great player, had a great career, but guess what? He gets crucified. He never won a championship. He never won a championship. Everyone thinks Carmelo Anthony underachieved because he never won a championship. But in order to win championships, you need a team. Look what LeBron did. He ran to Miami, created a super team. Look what Kevin Durant did. He ran to Golden State to join a team to create a super team. So both these great players had to create super teams or join super teams to win a ring. But you expect Carmelo Anthony to win a ring with nobody? How does that make sense? I never understood this. How are you supposed to win without a team? Carmelo last stint in New York, who was his second best player? J.R. Smith. If J.R. Smith is the second best player on a championship team, you are not winning anything. And this is factual. You're not winning anything. J.R. Smith, but for some reason he always gets chastised, crucified. Everybody's career, he underachieved. You can do oh so much. You need the pieces around you to win. Obviously, you do. Look at all the teams in the 80s. Magic Johnson had super teams. Larry Bird had super teams, which is proof you have to have a good team to win. Look at Michael Jordan. He had a good team around him. Him, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and a good cast around him. You have to have the pieces to win. It's a fact. Melo never had the pieces. J.R. Smith was his best player, his wingman. Stoudemire obviously was hurt, so, he really couldn't do much. He was always hurt. And J.R. Smith was Carmelo Anthony's best sidekick. You're not winning anything with that. So I just had to throw that out there because, they're always criticizing Melo, saying, he underachieved. He's not as great as LeBron and Kevin Durant. But look at the circumstance of what they had or what they had to do to win championships. Now, Damian Lillard is going through a similar situation. They always say Carmelo chose money over winning a championship. And I'm confused. Isn't the whole point is to get your money? I mean, how can you be mad at the player for getting his money? Like, I don't get that. Isn't the whole point is to get your money? Do LeBron take pay cuts for anybody? Do LeBron ever take pay cuts for anybody? So Damian Lillard is going through a similar situation. He's making a ton of money, but then everybody wants him to leave Portland to get a ring. If you don't leave Portland, you'll never get a ring. And that might be the case. It's yet to be seen, but Damian Lillard wants to win it like Giannis, basically. He wants to get it done in Portland. He doesn't like that whole super team situation or the idea of, coming together with other great players to win rings. He wants to compete against them, and I respect that. So that's the situation Dame is currently in. He's at a crossroad. Should I leave Portland to try to ring chase, join a team or create a super team or whatever the case may be? Or should I stay put and hope Portland is going to build a team around me? And it's not looking good. To be honest, it's not looking good, but how can you not respect somebody for wanting to get it, the right way? At least to me, I think it's the right way. He want to get it like Giannis. Giannis did it, and that gave him hope. So he feels like I could do it like Giannis. And I respect it. But everybody else, the media, everybody, Dame should leave Portland, go join another great player or great players, create a super team and win championships. But would that hold the same weight? All championships are not created equal. I don't care what anybody says. Dirk championship and Giannis championship is worth more than Kevin Durant, LeBron James. To me, it's worth more. Both of them did it on their own with no super teams. That is a situation with Dame right now. He's at a crossroad. He might end up, in the same situation as Carmelo as far as, the media criticizing him, chastising him, talking about he underachieved, even though so far he had a great career. But it doesn't matter, at least to the new media. If you don't win a championship, they're going to say your career was a bust, it was a failure, and this is just the ring chase culture we're in. Yes, we're in a time where this ring chase culture means by any means necessary. If you got to give up millions of dollars to go team up with other players, create super teams to win rings, so be it. Trying to get it on your own is not respectable anymore. Nobody cares about that. Just go team up, find one or two great superstars, and go take your talent and team up with them and win championships. That is the era, that's the age we're in right now. And I like the way Giannis did it. I like the way Dirk did it when he beat LeBron in 2011. I respect that. I don't fault Carmelo for not winning a ring. He never had the pieces. If you know what happened, you know what happened. Phil Jackson, it's a long story, but Phil Jackson did him dirty, and he never had the pieces. So I don't fault him for that. I don't. He had a great career to me regardless. Winning a ring is not everything. It's something, but it's not everything. But on that note, as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.